So the camera's rolling, and I'm not going to do some cringy intro, okay? So let's just get started. I'm recording this video, about, well, what can I say? Oh, what should I say? Every flippable item that I have, oh crap, that was bad. I could say every flippable item that I have, or spinnable item, because we say pen spinning, but, oh crap. Oh, whatever. So, this video is about every flippable, spinnable, playable thing that I have. Well, not playable. But, if your definition of playable is something you twirl around in your hand, well then I guess that fits it pretty well. But, yeah, there's not much else to say, so let's just get started. So, the first item I would have on this list, well not list, is, my, well, what is this? It's, let's not go by name, let's go by what it is, okay? So this is a stick wrapped in tape with 2 pieces of rolled paper on the sides with 2 marbles glued to each side. What I use this for pen spinning. It's actually one of my earlier pen mods when I was experimenting with making a pen mod, even though it's not even a pen, it's a stick. It's a stick and, actually, is this still a pen mod if it's a stick? I flip it like a pen. Well, no, I spin it like a pen. But is this still a pen mod? No, crap. I don't know if it's a pen mod or not. But, let's not get too distracted here. This is my, I forgot. I don't even have a name for this. This has been around for like a month, and I don't even have a name for this. But I just call it, I just say it's a pen spinning thing. Drop it on the ground, whatever. So let's move on to the next thing. So what should I do for the next thing? I'll do my first butterfly knife. Oh, battle song. Don't worry, Canada. I don't have illegal items in my house. Like, I actually don't. please don't come. This is my first ballast song trainer. And, if you're thinking, oh, what the heck is this? Oh, yeah, it's missing a handle. It's made out of Lego. It's what got me into butterfly knife flipping. And, yeah, that's basically it. There's nothing much else to say besides the story. And the story is actually pretty interesting. So, I went to my friend's birthday party. His name is T-Boy. Well, his internet name is T-Boy301. So I went to his birthday party. We were doing airsoft, and he at the end of the birthday party, he gave out these chain thingies. Actually, what were they called? They were called dog tags. But I'm gonna say chain thingy. Actually, I just call them dog tags. So he gave me this dog tag, with my name imprinted on it. So I didn't know what to do with it. Like, it was a necklace. But other than that, I didn't know what to do with it. So I was sitting on my front steps, sitting there, just spinning it around my finger. And I live in a townhouse, right? So me and my neighbor's doors are just basically right next to each other, and our steps, we don't have one singular flight of steps. We have 2 flights of steps. But they're really, really close to each other, so I guess you can consider them like one piece. So I was spinning it around, and I accidentally dropped it in the crack in between the 2 flights of stairs, and I wasn't able to get it out. And I wanted something to fidget in my hand, so I made my first battle song trainer. And the paper part didn't come until later, but this was my first butterfly knife trainer. I flipped it a lot. Had fun with it. Okay, please don't take that inappropriately. Please don't take that inappropriately. Yeah, so I just made this, and I can't really do anything with it, considering it's because it's missing a handle, but oh crap, I dropped it too. Let's move on. What should I do? Let's go on to my first pen spinning thing. Pen mod, I guess. Because okay, I can pick that up. So I made this at school. About a year after I got into butterfly knife flipping with the trainer, of course, Canada. With the trainer, of course. So I took 2 pens. One was leaking ink, and it's still leaking ink, as you can see here. I wrapped it in tape so it doesn't get everywhere, but oh well. So one was leaking ink, one was empty. I filled it with highlighter ink, but the highlighter ink apparently dries really well even in a enclosed space. So that was a bad thing. So I took a piece of lined paper, wrapped it around this thing diagonally. So, oh, if you don't know what that means, so here's a piece of paper, right? So I took this, so now it's like a diamond shape, and I wrapped it around like this. It's like this. So I made that. I pinched the ends together, covered it with tape, marked the balance point in the middle. There's actually 2 balance points, but this one's fake. This one's actually balanced. I don't even know where the balance point is. Like, the ink shifts around in here, I think. I haven't opened it before. And yeah, this is what I spun at school, but right now it's summer break, and it's been sitting on my shelf ever since. So, what's the next thing? Let's not do another pen, because that's boring. Let's move on to my Lego butterfly knife trainers. There's actually, I'll use this to explain every single one of my butterfly knife trainers, except this metal one, which doesn't have as much history as my Lego ones. So, first, I had 4 Lego butterfly knives before, and because most of them were breaking, because you see the white on this axle thing, that's actually the plastic grinded out from the inside of this one of these. So I tried reducing that. I even put vegetable oil in there, which actually works quite well if you didn't know. Vegetable oil is lube. Sign the petition. Vegetable oil is lube. I think vegetable oil is lube, but for food. You see, if you put vegetable oil in a pan and you put food on it, it doesn't stick, right? So technically, vegetable oil is a lubricant. Okay, let's not talk about that. So this thing I made after I lost my 3rd Lego butterfly knife at school. I also lost my 2nd Lego butterfly knife at school, which is a different story. It was red. It was covered in tape. I actually paper taped the blade. And paper taping, it was, well, not paper taping. Let's not do that. That's just stupid. I just covered it with paper and the blade, and so it was chaplain easier. And if you don't know what a chaplain is, this is a chaplain. That's a chaplain. So after that, I decided to make this because I was bored, and I haven't got this thing yet. My parents wouldn't let me get one of these. I got this later, and that's a different story. So, actually, no, let's go on to the timeline first. So, I made this thing about a year ago. I flipped it. Please don't take that inappropriately again. Then I made a yellow one. So then I had one for each hand. It was exactly the same as this. It was just different colors. And after I brought that one to school, I lost it. I do have a piece of it left. It's like broken. It's only like this long. Just the yellow piece. And 2 pieces attached to it. But I knew it was from my yellow butterfly knife. I don't know where the rest of it went. Maybe a dog or an animal did something to it. Or a child bit it. I don't know what kind of child would have enough strength to bite a piece of Lego in half. I don't even have the strength. Maybe they put it in the mouth and like snapped it or something, but it didn't even look snapped. Like the Lego was just messed up at that point. I just found it in the snow. So that was the yellow butterfly knife. The red one, which I just explained, I lost it at school as well during soccer. I kept it in my pocket. and there was snow everywhere. The teachers made us play soccer in the snow, which wasn't really fun, but it wasn't fun. It was kind of fun, but it wasn't fun. So that's how I lost my red butterfly knife. I just, right after the day I wrapped the handles in tape, which actually take quite a bit of time. It took me like half an hour or an hour. I forgot. And after that, I made this thing, but I didn't have enough of those long pieces to make the handles. So I had to take a bunch of random long, I just had to take a bunch of random Lego pieces, and I wrapped it in a sheet of paper. Which actually makes the thing hold up pretty well, even though the handles are bent. I'll explain why they're bent later. But, so I just made the core out of Lego, and the handles are paper. Well, not entirely paper, but you'll get the idea. So, these two pieces are spacers. Well, not spacers, they're pins. I don't know, man, are they Tang pins or Zen pins? I forgot. But, you can tell. It's the same type of pin system as this, where you have a knob, like this knob, and these pins hit the knob, keeping the handles open. That. So, yeah, that's how the thing worked. This design is actually different from all my. Actually, no. This design I kept for 2 Lego butterfly knives until I made my red one. Which had this design on it, which had this pin design, because as you can see, I can't really show you, but with 2 handles, there's handle slap, which means the 2 handles touch each other when they're open. So that's bad. So I decided to make this design, and the handles don't touch each other, even though I can squeeze it, and they still do. But it's Lego, come on. So yeah, I used pen to color this. This was originally facing the bite handle, and I treated this section of the blade, but I took it off and put it on. Because it fit more snugly this way, even though I glued it on after, so there was really no point. I glued it all wrong. Let's move on to why the handles are bent. So I wrapped these in tape, right? Because originally these were too small and they gave me handle slaps, so I had to increase their size by a little bit so they would hit this knob thing and keep the handles open. But the tape was impairing me when I'm doing chaplains. Again, this is a chaplain. Because my finger is sitting right on the spacers, and as you can see, there's actually, it isn't the most pleasant thing. Oh, that part's already falling off. If you get what I mean. It's like, you see this? It's like the tape, and the tape's all sticky, and this thing's really light. Again, like I said. Actually, did I even say that in this video? Well, tape's really light. Well, no. This thing's really light, so it doesn't carry momentum too well. And so the tape slows it down, slows my finger down, and then my chaplain stalls and it falls on the ground, and I can't do some cool combo with this. Oh yeah, that reminds me, this is the only Lego butterfly knife that I made that can fan. And if you don't know what fanning is, it's this. There's also a choker fan, which I probably can't do on camera because it requires a lot of space. Oh crap, I dropped it on ground. Okay, the basic idea of... Okay, that was a decent choker fan. But the basic idea of a choker fan is you hold it upside down and you do a fan with it. So, the reason why the handles are bent was because I decided to take the tape off because it was getting weird, and I decided to put my new tape on. Took the old tape off, put the new tape on, but because the tape I use is slightly wider than the Lego piece, so it sticks out a little bit. Originally the part that sticks out was on the bottom, no, on the top, but that was a problem because it wouldn't slide in properly. It would slide into the slot thing, and it would put too much friction on the bottom, like this section of the piece. So it would be a bit hard. Once you got it in open position, it would be a bit hard to flick it back down like that. Oh, it bounced back up. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it did that. Actually, I probably did. I just don't remember. But yeah. So the tape, I made the tape stick out from the bottom, which was a problem because it made the paper go down. This is an original handle. This isn't an original handle, but it's still broken anyways because it's paper. Paper is actually a decent material if you're me, but I mean, a lot of people consider paper a decent material, I guess, but yeah. Did I say this? But this side, this block side, I covered it with pen. It was supposed to be a here, which faced the blade, but after I took it out. I didn't glue this before, so it kept on coming off. I put it in this way so it wouldn't come off because the paper was shaped like the piece of Lego. A piece of Lego is slightly rectangular if you look at from the top of the piece. So I put it in this way, but later I glued it on, which gave me the chance to put it back, but I didn't because I was stupid. But yeah, that's this thing. And I haven't explained why the handles are bent. Okay, so because these things stick out, the handles stick out a little bit down. But since this black piece goes all the way down to here, the rest is just random pieces. It like there's a tiny bit of space here where there is no Lego, and that's why it's bending, which is a big problem. But I don't really flip this thing anymore, so I guess that's not a huge problem. But yeah, that's my Lego butterfly knife. Let's move on. This video is gonna be long, oh boy. Let's move on to my pair of dollar store scissors. Okay, this one also has a bit of a story. So back then, when I used to do crafts, I still do crafts, not that often though. I kept on using the kitchen scissors upstairs, and in an Asian family, my parents cook a lot, so they would be using the scissors to cut like not vegetables. They would be using cut open packages and stuff. But I kept on needing to use it, so I have to kept on going upstairs and giving the scissors back and taking the scissors. So they decided to get me a pair of dollar store scissors. But apparently, well, not apparently, but dollar store scissors aren't good at cutting popsicle sticks. And it broke. The handle came off. I still have the handle, but so I've been still trying to use this thing. This thing still cuts very well, actually, but I've been using it as Crom Bit. The chair is probably blocking it, but I've been using this as a Crom Bit. It's pretty nice. I don't do too many tricks on the Crom Bit. I don't even know if this fits the qualifications for Crom Bit. Please don't bully me if you're a Crom Bit flipper or spinner or whatever they're called. So yeah, just spin this thing around for fun. Transfer it to my thumb like behind the 8-ball does, which is a butterfly knife trick that has the same principle really. So yeah, it broke the handle. It's hard to cut popsicle sticks with this now. Please don't quote that if you're my friend. And I actually would like to apologize if you're a random person watching this video, because I know my quality sucks and I get distracted easily. But yeah, I'm just sharing my personal stuff here on YouTube, and I don't know. Just don't try to not give me too much hate, okay? So this is that. This is the Crom Bit. Let's move on. What have I not showed? Let's move on to my pen spinning thing. I made this for pen spinning. It's a bit short, which really sucked. I made it around the same time as this thing, and I just spun it around all the time. At least I try to spin this because my parents were saying that I should start using a regular pen for pen spinning, but it's really hard. Just trust me. Once you need to get used to something like a pen mod before you go on to regular. Before you actually start going back to a pen. speaking of that, let's move on to this. So this is my official pen spinning. Ow. Well, not ow. But this is my official pen spinning thing. Pretty fun. Again, I'm a new pen spinner. I don't know that many tricks, but it's what I've been practicing on. The way I made this was I took a stick like this, wrapped it with paper, well, more like taped a piece of paper on it, rolled it up a bunch of times. I put tape on well, not tape, I put colored paper and covered it with tape on either side, marked the balance point in the middle with pen. Yeah, let me show you. Wrap these ends with tape, so there's like a pit, well, not a pit, more like a hole. So the walls of this are made of tape. I fill it with hot glue. I slapped a piece of tape on there so the hot glue would cool down flat. Pull it off, and now it's like this, which is, and the reason I did that was because earlier models, well, pen models, kept on falling on the ground because I spun them upstairs. So then it would keep on falling on the ground and would distract my parents, and my parents would get mad at me. So I just filled with hot glue so it wouldn't make too much sound. But after I found these pen caps, I just put them on the end, and that's the solution. And yeah, this thing is just, oh crap, fell on the ground, whatever. So that's that thing. What should I do now? So I did that, and I did the scissors, and I haven't done my ruler or butterfly knife yet. So the ruler, I found out I could spin the same way as a pen at school, which is really convenient because then the teacher won't confiscate the thing, especially during math, because we need the scissors we need the rulers during math. So the teacher wouldn't confiscate my stuff, but I was just spinning around. It's hard to spin this ruler. I have a softer ruler at school. Like, I'll tell you this, flexible rulers are actually easier to flip than these hard rulers. Even though this one is flexible, it doesn't flop around as much as my green one, which is like completely rubber. I'll fall on the ground. There's really not much explanation. It's just a scissor I flipped in the same way as a pen. But now let's move on to my butterfly knife trainer. I got this thing like fairly recently, like a month and a half ago. I've been enjoying flipping it. At first, I wasn't able to get used to it because it was so heavy. This is 1.1 ounces. I removed the latch because the latch was too heavy, according to Will Hirsch. And if you don't know who Will Hirsch is, you probably don't. He's a guy who flips butterfly knives, who came from the film industry, I think. And he just makes butterfly knife videos and reviews and stuff. Go check him out. His YouTube channel is just called Will Hirsch. So, yeah, this is actually the $30 ballast song that Will Hirsch recommends. I marked the bite handle and I Loctited it. My parents actually wouldn't get me a metal ballast song because they were afraid I would drop it on the ground above. I broke in a ceramic tile with this in my house because my kitchen floor is made of ceramic tiles. And yeah, I use WD-40. And if you're a ballast song flipper and watching this, okay, there's nothing wrong with using WD-40, and I'm definitely not using it as lube. Even though I just said I was using it as lube. Oh, crap. Okay, whatever. So, I don't use WD-40 as lube. I use it as water repellent, so it wouldn't rust my bearings. It's a bearing knife. I don't think I'll be able to show you. It's a bearing knife. It has bearings instead of washers. For cheaper knives, I actually do prefer bearings because washers, you have... Actually, for any knife, really, this might change in the future. I actually prefer bearings because you don't need to lube them constantly. And this was $36, and my parents, I don't think they'll be willing to get me some sort of lube. And I don't think they'll be letting me use their vegetable oil as lube either. Yeah, so this is that, I covered both handles with tape, which was kind of a mistake, but again I had to fix but then I have to try to fix the spacers because they were wobbly. But it didn't fix the spacer wobbly problem too much. It just fixed the well, it didn't fix anything really. I think it just makes it wear down less, so it wouldn't break more, but it doesn't repair it. But now, that's a problem because I don't know, I can't tell by feel which one's the bite handle, which one's the safe handle, which is something I used to do before. And I also kind of like the feel of G10 because, I'll be perfectly honest, G10 feels like Oreos. Yeah, they feel like Oreos. So, it's a knife that feels like Oreos that you can spin around in your hand. And yeah, that's basically it. I learned a couple tricks on this. I enjoy flipping it. There's not much I can do flipping it in this position because I'm sitting with my back like bent forward, even though I'm not trying to do a face reveal. And yeah, that's everything. I'll probably put a clip of lighter flipping in the end of this video, but I might not. But so yeah. And I would like to apologize for my speaking because my speaking sucks when I'm on video. And that's basically it. Yeah, I'll end the video right here. So here's that video of lighter flipping I said I would do. There's not much you can do with a lighter. You can flip it around like a gun, but